Okay.
All right, everybody, I am here with the one and only Shane Campbell with the Prim Lending. And
Yes. Hi, Chrissy.
he's been such a lifesaver during this process. And in the past, I've used him several times with several of my clients. So thank you, Shane, for being a guest.
Yes. No, thank you for having me.
Yeah, and it was fun. We got to volunteer together. Was it last 2 weeks ago, I think? We did the
No, it was last Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, that was interesting. We walk up and had our temperature taken, and
Yes.
I was sitting there like, I don't think I have a temperature. I don't think I have a temperature, but yeah.
I was thinking, please don't have a temperature. Please don't have a temperature.
Oh,
I kind of didn't run in where I was hot.
I know. I was like, okay, was this funny? Nope, I got you. Well, I won't keep you too long because I know you're busy, but if you want to maybe give us some updates, tell us what you're seeing in the market, kind of some pros, and let's go from there.
Yeah, so the market has been really, really volatile through the last, actually since about the 1st of March. Its rates have been up and down. They've got really low and then they spiked up, but they've kind of come back down, or they have come back down and settled down. So we're not seeing the volatility where it's huge swings day after day. It
was like a roller coaster for a couple of days there. I remember it was like. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm glad my office is on the 1st floor.
That's great.
No, so it's pretty stabilized right now. Rates are really low. I think I just locked somebody in yesterday at 3.25.
Nice.
30-year fix. So rates are still really low.
That's good. So that's a good thing. Okay.
It is a good thing. It is a good thing. So, I did hear people think that when the Fed lowered the Fed fund rate, they thought, oh, mortgage interest rates are going to go to zero, which that's not the case because the mortgage rates don't follow the Fed fund rate. That's more of an overnight or short-term lending rate that have between one another. So, but I mean, in my world, I've been in this about 20 years. They're the lowest I've ever seen.
You're not all gray-headed yet. What? 20 years? Okay. I'm picking on you. Sorry.
Yeah,
Bit. That's okay.
Exactly. Yeah. But it's in my world, it's free money, really. I mean, if you can get somewhere in the threes on a mortgage loan, man, that's.
No, that's great. Well, okay. So I keep hearing things in the news. Tell us about the credit score requirements, because I keep hearing all over the place different stuff. So what have you seen and what's going on there?
Well, credit scores are going up, and there's some non-QM or more or less subprime lenders that have basically shut their doors or paused lending due to the credit score requirements going. So right now, it's typically across the board at 640 for whether it's a conventional or FHA or VA. I've seen lenders go up to 680. But ours is 640. And so I've got a lot of clients that are in that 620 to 639 range. And so I'm saying, hey, don't worry, we'll get there, and helping them with their credit and improving their credit. So a lot of times it's simple to improve those credit scores a few points.
Oh yeah, I know it's been years ago, but I think when we sold our first house, I paid off a lot of debt, and there was one credit card that I had where my score was lower than I had expected, and they just did something, and they're like, "Hey, you need to pay it down." I think it was $1,100. Paid it down to $1,100 to get it to the ratio, and my score like 23 points. It was such a big difference, and I was like, "That's all," But I was afraid to give that $1,100 because, that's a refrigerator. That's money I can buy for appliances, but it paid off in the long run, so we're good.
Yeah. So the first thing I look at when I'm looking at a client's credit is to look at on their revolving accounts, their credit scores, or their balances, to see where that utilization is. And the optimal spot you want to be on a credit card or any revolving account is anywhere from 1% to 9% of the balance.
Okay.
Your limit or your balance is anywhere from 1% to 9% of the limit. I'm sorry.
Okay, I gotcha. Okay.
And you're going to get the optimal amount of points out of that. So when you go above 10%, your score starts to negatively get impacted, and then 30%, and then if you're up above 50, that's where you get the worst points.
Then it's getting, okay, that makes sense. So that's a great tip. Good. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. Awesome. So, okay, so loan types, I've heard some different stuff about grants. Like, are there still options?
Grants are still available.
Okay.
They're still available. So what you've seen is a lot of lenders have totally gotten out of that market. So the grant programs, T-Shack, TDHCA, and Seth, they're still alive. So,
good.
You know, but I think people overreacted and you know, discontinued those programs, which they're still available, and we're still getting grant assistance. I have a client that he's doing 2% assistance, and the rate is in the twos.
Oh, I think I know that client.
Yeah.
Maybe one of mine.
You do.
I don't know. Yeah, okay, I thought so. Okay, I thought I saw that good email. I
mean, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Awesome.
With assistance, I mean, that's great. Well, and that's just good because I feel like a lot of the first-time home buyers they're afraid and they're scared. Like, what are my options? And I mean, and I get everyone has uncertainty right now, but I still feel like we've got people moving. With our world, we've all done things virtually already. I think now it's just we've become more virtual. I mean, like before I would have had lunch with you and done this, but now it's, you know, from our own kitchens and our houses. So
no, it's we're just changing. Yeah, we're changing the way we do business, and hopefully it doesn't stay like this the whole time. Right? I mean, we need some human interaction, but and I have lost some weight during this time because I'm not going out and eating lunch all the time.
There you go. That's good. Well, I've done a lot of like grazing. I told John he can buy any more Reese's peanut butter cups because if you're in the house, I'm like, oh, one, two. But yeah, no, I feel like there's some things I've cut costs. I mean, especially my poor roots and stuff. But I appreciate all my hair people. John's to the point where he's about ready for me to shave his head, and I'm like,
and dry cleaning, right? I mean, having to send stuff to dry cleaning.
That's true. I mean, think about all that stuff, just the stuff that you do on a regular basis. So are there any other things that you can think of that are like, that pop out, that stand to you, that you just want people to kind of know? Or,
you know, the main thing is it's still, the rates are still low. I mean, it's super busy right now. And the one thing that we do is we put an emphasis on purchase loans, because those buyers are always there in the market. The refinances come and go. So we're putting emphasis on buyers that are buying, right? And doing those first. We're still getting the refinances done in a timely manner, but those purchases are important, and we don't want to bust those contracts, right? Or those closing. So we're putting an emphasis on those.
Well, that's good.
It's super busy, rates are low, and man, it's a great time to buy.
And I think you had an amazing month last month too.
I did.
Congrats on that.
Yeah.
That goes
in the business.
The market feel good. I mean, and it's strong, and you're staying busy. I'm staying busy, and it's just a speed bump like we all get.
Last month was the best month I've ever had in this business, and I've been through the ups and downs. So it was a great month. So I appreciate your clients that I helped during the month.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you, and I think a lot of it is you stay positive and you guide your clients through these times. And it's just like we always tell people, there's an obstacle, but we can get through it. So, you
know, if a client is motivated, then that motivates me to help them, and I want to help them, whether it takes 30 days or whether I've got clients that we've been working on their credit for a year, and you know, so whatever it takes, if they need the help and want to spend the time and effort to buy a mortgage or buy a home, then I'm certainly going to help them.
There's always light at the end of that tunnel. So good. So good. Well, I hope that you have a good day and don't work.
I will. You too.
You know, and I'm sure now I feel guilty because you're losing weight. I'm probably gaining weight. So I'm going to have to eat salad tonight. So thanks, Shane.
Well, I appreciate you having me on, and it's always good to talk to you, Chrissy.
All right. I'm sure I'll email you or talk to you soon. So thank you so much. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.